I've got to be very careful with how I describe and how I explain and how I show this video, because I really do wonder if YouTube decides to censor this video, is that actually admitting that what is in the video that you're about to watch is truly the thing we think that it actually is, and not what the mainstream media trying to say that it's not? This sort of white powdery substance that Emmanuel Macron quickly, sleight of hand, removes from the table. And then also the German Chancellor Merz decides to grab that little instrument that you would use to take such a substance. Gee, I don't know. But if YouTube decides to censor this video for certain DRUG content, could it be that that is actually the case and we're alluding to what we already know to be the case, like that you've got Emmanuel Macron, Kier Starmer, and the German Chancellor Merz going viral for having a full-on, druggy festival in a particular train cabin after their visit to Zelensky? Gee, it amazes me. It really does amaze me that no one seems to think that these people aren't high on their own supply, aside from the ridiculous corruption and the nonsense that's going on. But there's loads of people that will go, no, Emmanuel Macron couldn't possibly be doing, what, in a train cabin with Chancellor Merz and Keir Starmer. They couldn't possibly be doing, what at all. No. They no, that's not possible. Not our Prime Minister, not our Chancellor, not our UK Keir Starmer, certainly not, right? So the French media have claimed the items that you will see in just a moment are a stirrer and a tissue, just casually on the table in a train cabin. That then why hide it? Why remove it? Like, we're not dumb, we're not idiots, but the mainstream media pretends that we really are. Have a watch of this. So they sit down, and then German Chancellor Merz grabs the item, and then Emmanuel Macron sees it, grabs the light little powder, and like sleight of hand, oh, shit, whoops, can't have that hanging out. No way. Just a little bit more sleight of hand, put it in the other hand, and then put it in my pocket. Can't have anyone see that. So the very beginning starts off, it's on the table. Like, they're filming. They didn't think to remove this before. Oh, no, they're so confident, right? To me, that doesn't look like a tissue. It does not look like a tissue. And that instrument that is next to the white powdery substance looks like an actual instrument that you would use to take such a thing. But anyway, we've got to pose for the camera. We can't let the mainstream media in on our dirty, corrupt little secret that we actually take what in train cars after we visited Zelensky. So on their way back from Kiev, a bag of white powder sits on the table. Macron panics and hides it while Merz and Starmer sit frozen. What do you think the white substance is? Gee, it must have been Emmanuel Macron's protein supplement or something along those lines. 3 men in a bag of white powder. Notice how Macron sneakily and deftly swipes it out of camera's view. The German Chancellor Merz takes care of the spoon. Can't have people thinking they are plotting strategy while doing coke together. Now, can we? Can't allow that to be possible. Legacy media are in a panic to shut down rumors that French President Emmanuel Macron was caught with a bag of, the C substance during a trip to Ukraine. Can't have anyone in the world thinking that America is funding Ukraine, which is using a lot of America's money to fund their, DRUG, campaign that's going on as well. Like, let's get them all high on their own supply. Why don't we? Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. I can't, honestly. You've got world leaders in a train car and they get caught taking DRUG. Coke. They're taking that substance, that white powdery substance, in a train car, and the mainstream media is trying to hide it. They're trying to spin it. These guys fucked up big time. It's evident. And now they're trying to reel because the world has seen that they do coke in, well, yeah, in train cars, no doubt about that. But 3 countries, UK, Germany, and France. How about that, people? Macron was meeting with Chancellor of Germany, Friedrich Merz, and UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, acting suspicious and grabbing things off the table to hide. They even tried to write it off as AI, yet this footage is straight from AFP. Proper media, right? But you can't scrub. You can't scrub it. So Patrick Bet-David goes, obviously no one noticed Emmanuel Macron grabbing a bag of white powder. I'm sure it was just some creatine or collagen peptide. Nothing crazy of the sort. No, it can't possibly be that white powdery substance we know that gets trafficked a lot around the world, could we? That is actually illegal in pretty much every single country that I'm aware of. Like, there's a reason for why it's illegal, but yet why is Emmanuel Macron, Keir Starmer, and Merz from Germany, why are they having a little bit of a fun time? So, yeah, it's only good for the world leaders, but it can't actually be good for any citizens because, you know, why? Could possibly be good for Ukraine as well and Zelensky. I can imagine Zelensky doing it as well. Here is a little funny chat GBT, you know, those cartoon-like figurine things that are going around, like generate that. Here is Emmanuel Macron's. So, ladies and gentlemen, you get caught out in the act and you're now reeling and, well, people know exactly what's going on. They're not stupid. They're really not. And you either just admit that you were doing drugs in a train car, or you keep lying about it, which just shows to me that you're even more guilty. I think people would actually respect you a little bit more. I wouldn't respect you at all, but people would respect you a little bit more if you actually told the truth and you said, oh, yes, we were doing this with Zelensky. Imagine that, right? They're trying to get peace in Ukraine and Russia, and then they're doing coke with Zelensky. That's funny. That is actually really funny. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the matter, but let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this. But you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.